All right. Once again, we are here for a beatzillapdx official news break. And this one is going to be an impromptu live, family. So we are here. We are here on camera, actually. So in this Madison Brooks case, um, it's turning out to look a little more funny style, family. And some chick named Star. Hey. This is a very, very last minute live. I'll still be doing my regular live later on today. But just wanted to come in real quick and give some time to this. Give some time to this particular story. If you guys see my previous live that I did today about the update of the Madison Brooks case, that's the student from LSU that was struck by a car. And since she was inebriated, struck by a car, they have now been trying to charge 4 black men with sexually assaulting her before she actually got hit by whoever the driver was. Who knows what the case was in that. But nonetheless, we've had some developments. And I remember saying on my last broadcast that there was somebody who said that, hey, there was consent. And now has turned up. So one of the things I want to do is give a brief overview real quick with this particular video. So hopefully this is play okay.
Comes after the death of LSU sophomore Madison Brooks. Now the city is trying to figure out what needs to be done when it comes to underage drinking. Tuesday afternoon, you can see lawyers and law enforcement outside the popular Tigerland bar, Reggie's. The bar is now under fire for serving alcohol to those underage. The East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office says LSU sophomore Madison Brooks left this bar, was raped, and then left to wander a local neighborhood with a blood alcohol limit that was 4 times the legal limit.
I mean, so you're going to look at the facts of the case in this particular, situation. What happened? How did these individuals come to get drinks in their hand? Was there some sort of potential fraud on their part? Were they presenting fake IDs? Were they presenting, someone else's ID?
Now here's a video of them leaving. Now notice, I want you to see just where they are in this video. Do you see where they're located? They are already leaving. Now what you are going to see where they're starting to highlight in the screen, that's actually Madison chasing after these men. Because you keep hearing this line about these predatory men and they're predatory and blah, 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 blah. Well, here is the pursuit of Madison Brooks pursuing those 4 black men. So, I mean, this is clear. Because the way they would have it to seem and the way they're trying to make this out to be is as if these men were preying on this woman. Well, it seems to me that had she not ran behind him, she would have gotten left by them, not just her friends. But here's the other conflicting story, like I mentioned in my previous broadcast, is that word on the street is that this woman actually worked there, and they are reporting that she actually worked for the bar. So a 19-year-old worked for this bar. Oh, Judah Queen, not just the media stay lying on this one. This is like, you should just go look at all of the tweets and how they're trying to frame this conversation and frame this narrative that does not reflect in this video that you're seeing right now. So like I said, let me take it back a little bit so you guys can just watch it. It's just a few seconds of videos that they caught when they're coming out. But look how they got this black man over here. See, we got to see if they were trying to any kind of fraud. Listen to the words he's using. Man, please.
Presenting, someone else's ID.
And there they go. And then there she is, chasing after them. Wait up, guys. Wait, hey, wait. Now, see the way they're making it seem. Now, she went and caught them dudes. Now, for those of us brothers, have you not ever seen anything like that before?
Madison Brooks.
Me, myself, I've seen plenty. I've seen it happen often, especially at that age, because see, they don't have any consequences. Anything they can say, and this goes back to history, actually. This goes all the way back to the plantations. So this is a certain pattern of behavior that white women have always demonstrated over the course of history. And then when they don't get their way, then things go bad. But see, even in this situation, when she got out the car to call her Uber, there was no call to the police. See, what I want y'all to understand is that this situation is continuing to happen from the police. There was never any charge of assault. She never accused, she never screamed that she was assaulted. None of it. This is all law enforcement making this up, along with the mainstream media, making this an issue that you can visibly see it is not. And also that the lawyer for the young men came out and did a press conference. So we're going to get to that as well here in a minute. And this video, of course, it ain't going to be that long, but I just figured I'd just go ahead and go live. Why not?
Just days later in the hospital after being hit by that car on Burbank Drive. A new video obtained by WAFB shines a light on some of her last moments before that accident and before she was allegedly sexually assaulted. This surveillance video was captured at around 1:50 in the morning, Sunday, 15th. The footage points towards Reggie's bar. If you take a good look at the video, it first shows 4 people walk across the street towards a parking lot. Sources tell us the next person you see running across the screen there to meet up with the 4 guys is LSU student Madison Brooks. Ron Haley is representing 2 of the men facing charges.
The 4 gentlemen that have been charged were going to the car, and depending on how you read it, either by the deceased or the deceased would accompany him to the car. She willfully got into the car, said that her rides had left her, and got in.
By the way, family, there are just look at what you're seeing. There's multiple people out there. There's a whole group of people off to the left. If you look to the left of the screen, there is literally an outside, looks like one of those smoking areas that they have at bars. There is a whole group of people right there. She was not accosted. She was not snatched. She, matter of fact, was about to get left. So I just, I had to do this really quick because I am watching the way that they are trying to railroad these brothers. And there was never any account of any sexual assault. That did not take place. There is a whole bunch of video of consent. So where is the manufacturing of this other issue? Oh, I know. You just need somebody to blame because you didn't want to blame the driver. And then you didn't want to blame the bars. And you most definitely didn't want to blame the culture. Because see, the feminist group, which I'm pretty certain is ran by white supremacist feminists, they came out and said that they are supporting our culture. And I mean the letter R, not the word, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's like, no, that's not what you're saying here. So what kind of culture is it of a woman going to seek the company of 4 black men? Can we talk about what it is for real? This ain't new. This isn't new at all. And this thing like this, watching the little drunk white girl follow after the black dudes, what they say, liquor is like truth serum. So sometimes that just brings out what it was really inside. So yes, she's so beautiful and this and that, right. And she wanted to go dip off with these brothers. She wouldn't be the first. No, it's four. It's four. Two of the men didn't have anything to do with it. They didn't. They're being charged for being there. That's why they're charged. But they're charging the other one. And see, here's the other one. The 17-year-old is the one that's being charged with. He's one of the two that have this R charge on him. But he's 17, and they were both drinking. So how are you finding to charge him when he was actually the minor? He was underage at the time. Shouldn't he be looked at as a victim? He was served alcohol as a minor, and then he was engaged in sexual activity with an adult. But now he's facing an R charge. All right, let's continue. See, they are leaving. There they go. And here she comes. Hey, wait up, you guys. Come on, let's do that thing we just talked about. I mean, now, see, she wasn't preyed upon because they didn't have to. The way this was mentioned is that she was carried out. If you, my very first time reporting on this story, they were making it seem as this girl got carried out of the club by these dudes. Like she couldn't walk on her own and they were carrying her out. It was not that. So already the police is looking funny style with this case. And I'm sure, believe all women and this and that. She never said she was assaulted. It is the law enforcement taking it upon themselves to overboard with this case for blame on these brothers. When you seeing everything that was done, they weren't even touching her. So, and like I'm saying, when I've seen things like this, I hope y'all take this as a lesson and teach your sons. Because, growing up out here in Portland, Oregon, that type of thing is very common. But just look how things can play out in the society that we are in. You understand? She over here, you thinking she a flip. Something happened to her, and now all of a sudden you're an offender. How that work? So let's hear from their lawyer. He did a press conference earlier today. So this was, I believe, at the school. This is from Tiger TV. They posted this interview earlier. Or press conference, rather. I need to scoot it up a bit. Okay. All right.
She is seen on video leaving the car unharmed and in good health. This will be confirmed by video at a later date. Now, this is a very important clarification. The video taken in the car is only a conversation between the parties and do not depict any sexual acts. That was not specified when it was mentioned previously. For any fault of ours, we apologize. As the facts of this case continue to come forth, we believe that intent and consent will be very clear. While we understand that the media has a duty to inform the public, we will not release these videos now. We're
Not to
working with
lie.
the DA and will allow the judicial process to take place. Again, we will not try this case in the court of public opinion or in the media. While this is a horrible tragedy resulting in a horrific accident, we truly believe the facts will prove that this was not a rape. We meet here only today to correct the record on some of the allegations that have been made against our clients. We hope that the public will understand
and that we cannot and will not share everything that we have, both out of duty as officers of the court and out of respect for the victim's family. Now at
No
this
doubt.
time, I'm going to invite Attorney Long up with me, and we'll take any questions that the media has.
Because truth be told, as
Questions, please.
truth comes out, it's not going to get any better for the victim's family. And I mean victim of the car accident.
Conversation with your clients and Ms. Brooks. Can you talk about the timeline, give us a better picture? Was that after the encounter? I know it doesn't show the sexual encounter, but is that after that had happened?
Yes, it is.
Can y'all talk about how law enforcement went from investigating a crash death to turning this into a rape investigation?
You'll have to talk to the sheriff's office about that. We don't know what led them to do this. We have our ideas, but we're not going to speculate.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Thank you, good white man. See? Yeah, thank you, sir. You kept it a buck. Yeah, we have our speculation. Yeah, I know you do. Because, and thank you to the reporter for even asking the question. Thank you. Because again, it would beg to, how did you go from investigating a crash to a sexual assault? This tells me that somebody involved with law enforcement tipped him off that this woman was with these dudes, because they're not, this isn't, something ain't sitting correctly here. And I hope it's not just me. I hope it's also y'all that see something is not sitting correctly. That's why I'm staying, paying close attention to this case. Not to mention, after everything gets probably dropped as it should, y'all need to give them folks their money back on that bail, because they never should have been arrested. Because again, how does a crash investigation turn into this? And by the way, who was the driver of the car that actually ended her life? Have y'all noticed that there's been nothing mentioned to that individual? Were they drunk? Were they impaired? Were they supposed to be driving? Are they legally here in this country? You didn't hear nothing about that. And the fact that you didn't, I can guarantee they're not black. I'm just saying.
Can you speak to the video that was released late last night about all the parties leaving?
No, they didn't say it was a hit and run, Jude.
150 last night. Can you kind of talk a little bit about that video?
We didn't release the video. That was, I think that was WBRZ that released the video, but it confirms what we've said all along, that my clients left, my client and their clients all left, and they were getting ready to leave. And Miss Brooks approached them from the bar. And I think the video is the best evidence of what happened.
Thank you.
But it's consistent with what our clients have always told the police.
Thank you. Now, adding to that there is video after what they're saying took place and it's showing consent. Where the hell does the charge come from? And all you dirty rat bastards out there that were so quick to jump on these brothers as if they had violently taken this poor little innocent girl. No, she wasn't innocent. And you see it on the video. Not only that, but the other video that they didn't release also shows you her mind state, her coherency, and her willingness to be a participant in whatever consensual acts they were engaging in. Which again begs to ask the question, what about her and the 17-year-old? Uh-oh. Seems like if only one person in that car was Ard, it was him. Uh-oh. Damn. Should he be looking to press some charges against the police? He's a victim. Why wouldn't you look at him as a victim? He is 17. How all of a sudden is he an assailant engaging in an act with an adult as a minor? I don't know, because we're talking about consent, right? I thought 17 was under the age of consent. Maybe I'm confused. Consent and all, with the consent, right? Uh-oh.
Anything else?
Mr. Haley, you mentioned verbal consent was obtained. I mean, the law enforcement records are clear that Ms. Brooks had a very high blood alcohol content of, I believe, 0.319. How do you, how can you obtain verbal consent from someone who is that intoxicated?
Well, I will say this, that we plan on hiring expert witnesses. If anyone does any research on what 0.319 is, that is alcohol poisoning and potential death. Based on her actions that evening leading up to getting into the car with
She couldn't have been that drunk.
Based on the fact that information from Reggie's have come out to say that she did not have any other alcoholic beverage from around 12:50 until the time that she left, gives us reason to believe that the results of those results are inaccurate.
And I would just add that
Ooh. See? And this is when the media should be held accountable and responsible. The media is acting as agents of law enforcement to keep asking these asinine questions. Well, this is what the medical examiner said. Yeah, and they don't believe it. And I don't either. Because again, you're telling me that she would be close to death. But this woman is seen running out of the bar, not staggering out of the bar, running with shoes on, mind you. That is far from being drunk. This is absolutely getting worse by the day, family. And this type of thing is what I already know the system to be. But that's exactly why I saw this story, and I'm going to make sure we highlight this so all of you know. These kids is being railroaded, and this is how they do it. You use a bogus charge that is based off of some medical examiner's lie because they don't believe it. And truth be told, she couldn't give consent, but she was able enough to run across the street with shoes on. I am a entertainer by trade. I have seen many inebriated individuals in my day, men and women, those who have to be carried out, those who have to be, female is holding their hair while they're puking. I've had to put people in cabs. Telling you, that girl was not no 3-something point. No. No. I'm telling you from just personal experience of spending so much time around bars because I'm a performer. So just knowing how things can go, man, please. No. Will that allow me to make comments to black channels that I'm subscribed to? Oh, wow. Really, Queen Al? Damn. See? Okay. And how many of y'all got a notification about this live too, by the way? Let me know. And for those of y'all who catch this replay, by the way, I'm still going live later, so y'all know. But I just wanted to get this one out the way. So if you guys who are watching the replays, let me know in the comments if you got notified on this live, because that's helpful information. Thank you. Let's hear some more.
if you have a .319, your motor skills shut your body down. You can't walk. You can't talk. You're lapsing in and out of blackout, and you risk death. Read it. Read the symptoms of a .319 BAC. The evidence that we've seen so far on the video of Miss Brooks running across the street in front of Ruby's.
Thank you.
That undermines the police version of events. And until our experts can look at what happened, we believe that the BAC that they're saying is inaccurate.
Also, now remember, the very first time I reported this, the police said they were carrying her out and she could barely walk. I just want that to sink in. You understand what I'm saying? The police are freaking filthy. And they over here manufacturing a story to tear these boys' lives up. They knew good and damn well that ain't nothing like that happen. Oh, wow. Now, for some reason, they just keep showing some chick named Star's last message, and it just keeps repeating over and over and over and over again. But that's only on one screen I see that. That is weird. All right, YouTube, you on one today. Damn, can't even catch us. You went live? Oh, yeah, I did. Impromptu.
Can you explain the charges Devin Jack Clowns is facing?
Yeah, two of them, Mr. Washington, who was in the front seat, and Mr. Carver, who was in the front seat, they have been charged with principal to third-degree rape, which means they aided or abetted or assisted the other two men in the rape. The other two men, the juvenile and Mr. Lee, correct?
Juvenile, thank you.
Third-degree rape, which means, excuse me, Mr. Washington. They're charged with third-degree rape, which means that they had sex with her and she could not legally consent because of a condition of alcoholic stupor. And if you read alcoholic stupor, it says very much like the 319 says. It says in and out of consciousness, incapable of talking, of walking. And we don't believe that the evidence that we have, which we will show when the time is right, shows that she's in an alcoholic stupor at all, that she is aware of her surroundings, and we don't think that the state can prove that there was a crime here.
No, and I believe the state should be sued for frivolous prosecution because this is absolutely ridiculous. And no matter what happens in the future, you put these four brothers up there. Well, at least the two that you did, and then the Latino dude that's with them, and then you got a 17-year-old black kid. But you made sure we knew who his uncle was, so you made sure we see his face. So you got a family of black folks with their friend, and all of the stigma of being one of those guys is going to follow him forever, because there's going to be some bugged out feminist somewhere that's going to say, we believe our women and we really believe you did it. We don't believe the video. We don't believe what she said, and we don't believe any of it. We believe the police. And we have to stop supporting this our culture. Bull. No, this is not what it was. So if anything else, when you guys were trying to get mad at the faculty at LSU talking about underage drinking, ouch, it looks like it's actually the point. But you wanted to make these brothers the point. Damn, that's falling flat, especially when you got police lying like they did. Oh, well, she was staggering out, and we have reports that they were carrying her out to the car. So you mean to tell me that this little blonde girl was able to be carried out of a bar by four black dudes? Number one, that story don't make sense. Number two, now there's video, and we see her chasing them. And that's the same person that you said was so drunk that they were passing out, couldn't walk, and couldn't talk. Boy, shining day for the police, isn't it?
Staying on those charges, prosecutors have said they wanted to possibly upgrade those charges to first-degree rape, first-degree principal to rape. What's your response to that?
That's not what was said. If you were at the bail hearing, you know. You can get a transcript of it and find out what he really said.
Damn it. Do you see these wicked people out there in that media, the white supremacist media, is absolutely showing its ass right now with this case. Are you understanding me? That just tells me how innocent these dudes are. Listen to the questions they asking. So you're making up something that the judge never said? Oh my goodness, man. What is going on here? This is shameful.
I'm not going to speak for the DA on that, but he did not say he was going to upgrade him to first degree.
Well, he said based on what evidence comes out, it's a possibility. I spoke with him after the fact.
What do you have to prove first degree rape? You have to prove that it was non-consensual, right? There's no in there about alcoholic stupor and first degree rape. You have to prove that it was non-consensual. They would have a very difficult time proving any of that. But the DA is going to do whatever they can. They can charge you with whatever. We are confident that whatever charges end up being on our clients, that we were going to prevail.
So was your client drinking as well?
Well, any conversation that I have with my client, I'm not going to share with the media. Okay? But they did go to a bar, so you got common sense.
Well, I mean, a lot of people go to the bar, and some people don't even drink. They just go because they like going out. If she was drinking, they was drinking, they saying that she didn't know firsthand what she was doing, they could do the same thing with your clients, right?
Not going to answer about what my client was doing, but thank you for the question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you? Go ahead. Sorry.
What do you have to say about the other women that have said that they've also been raped by Washington?
I didn't know anything about that, but I can just tell you this. Did they go to the police? Were they arrested? Were they indicted? Were they tried? We're not going to argue. We're not going to argue about hypotheticals and rumors.
I like this lawyer, man, because he's really out there representing his clients. Boy, I'm going to tell you, look, you Baton Rouge media people out there, y'all ain't shit. Y'all are straight up hot dumpster juice for this anti-black BS here. Oh, my Lord. I mean, are you hearing the questions, family? Oh, man, this is evil. Yo, these people are wicked as hell, man. That's all I can say. These people are all out wicked. And again, shout out to these young men's attorneys as they out there chopping up chopping down that tree. And look at how the media is not supposed to be out there doing the job for the police. And what they're doing is trying to now, oh, so did you hear about the other allegations about Mr. Washington and other women that said that they've been assaulted by him too? Did they go to the police? Did they file a police report? You know, so you're bringing out these reporters almost sound like people in Twitter spaces. Just be throwing out stuff like, hey, I heard this and I heard that. Like, what? Well, what about this and what about that? No one said anything about that. Well, it was on my mind, so I figured, let me ask it. This is crazy, family. These reporters are trash.
All we know is if there was any credible evidence that any of our clients had done anything like that, it would have come out in the bail hearing.
Facts.
Do you mind speaking a little bit more to the videos that y'all are withholding?
We're not going to speak with them at this time, and you have to understand that we cannot give you all of our strategy at this time. It's very early on in the case. But I promise you that when we make a decision to release it, we'll release it. And when you see it or when a reasonable jury sees it, they will know for sure that this was not a rape.
Can you all speak to what role defending this case in the unusual situation of having a sexual assault victim who's no longer alive will play in your defense?
Well, that's an interesting question. We believe if Ms. Brooks was alive, this would not be a crime. She would not have complained about it at all.
Exactly.
And so the only reason it's there is because the understandable anger in the community wants someone to pay for her death.
Right.
We understand that. But our clients did not do that.
I keep saying it. Somebody's got to pay.
Any other questions before we conclude?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, they couldn't get no more off. And that, that. Yeah. Oh Lord. So that was the update on this. You know. Let's get this here. Let's see. Where is it at? There we go. Now, Lord. Good grief. This has been a beatzillapdx official news break. And this has been the live one because this has been a update on Madison Brooks case, part 3. And as you see, it looks like they are really trying to railroad these young men. And it's very, very obvious the media's complicity in making sure that these kids get drugged through public opinion. And that ain't cool either, because as for all intents and purposes, it just appears as young folks doing what young folks do. Now, her getting hit by a car, that's, of course, a tragedy. But it doesn't make it a crime concerning these men. And the juvenile, by the way. We just keep, because we're going to make him a whole man, but we're going to make her still a girl. Yeah, it's how it usually works, isn't it, family? So again, family, now this was just a real quick, well, not so quick, but a shorter live to talk about this case and the recent developments coming out of that press conference, which is very damning, especially along with the video that I showed you. Like, that's showing you everything. Like, she's chasing him. She's not falling down drunk. She's not blacked out. She would have felt, a matter of fact, if she was even that drunk, how could she have successfully navigated across the street with shoes on without falling? Just questions to be asked of common sense. I guess the common sense is going out the window all because of the complexion that does not have the protection in Baton Rouge. Family, y'all can go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, beatzillapdx. All the rest of the information will be in the description box. And of course, if you want to support this broadcast, support this channel, you can at CashApp, PayPal, Super Chat, and Super Thanks. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on all of you. Now, with that being said, make sure you tune in later tonight to when our normal time for broadcasting, when we will be talking about the recent complaints from certain folks about the Woman King not getting nominated, nor the Emmett Till movie getting nominated. And we're going to talk about that this evening. And we're going to take some calls because I also want to hear from the family to hear what y'all's take on this is. And so we are proving to them that disrespecting us and our lineage and our heritage will no longer be tolerated. So peace, power, blessings to all of y'all. Stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first. Shalom, y'all.